So what happened today with Edwin? Do you want to know what happened with Edwin? Or is that something we just skip? I don't know.
That's up to you. Do you want to show those weird tweets?
No, because it'll prove him right. Like, it's like you're just trying to create controversy, and drama.
Victor says, "Look at Cecil kissing ass."
Hey, I'm at 630 subs, so that means I have more subs now than Narwhal.
Hell yeah.
We ended him.
All right, so let's see. Rhino says, that's a good point. Mike doesn't promote anyone unless they worked at the big two. No small newbies. Like Wenger, I never liked Mike, and I have proof. Ballroom Photographer says, a Jack Mormon is more Christian than self-promoting Christians than Doug, Mike, and Edwin. Never change you. Yes, you're a great man. Well, that's nice of you. Thank you for that.
I had people who were back in my book that were tweeting at him before all this went down like crazy, trying to get him to let me come on his stream or something, and he just ignored them every time.
Yeah. Johnny Midnight says, is that Cecil or Rip Taylor? What's the difference? I know. The one thing that I did do to Edwin today, and I should say this publicly, I'm really I'm very upset about one thing that kind of happened a couple of weeks ago. I kind of took a big I think I made a big mistake, and Edwin Boyette and Mike S. Miller came to me with what I think was evidence of WarCampaign's wrongdoing. Okay, and they told me you need to denounce WarCampaign because this one war campaigner named Praetorian has come forward and confessed to harassing Nurkish, harassing Sashi, harassing all these people. And sure enough, he did have proof of himself doing that. And somehow Edwin and Mike were convinced that this meant that this is, this guy and his misdeeds applied to all of WarCampaign. And et cetera, et cetera. And these guys just kind of, I feel like, backed me into this corner with this evidence that I didn't completely understand. And they said there was more. There's more evidence that we can't show you. I said, show me this evidence. We can't show it to you, but you have to believe us. And I scolded WarCampaign. And WarCampaign have been loyal, fun, good fans, good representatives of this community. They're fun. Their live streams are a good time. And they've, by the way, when they suss out somebody who's a troublemaker or a nuisance, I'm a nuisance, they're always right. And so because of that, and because of the fact that Rokabir Kumar actually publicly excoriated Mike S. Miller for a few things, which I don't want to get into, but he was right about that too. These guys came and I think they really caused trouble and they caused a rift in fandom. And I owe them an apology. I owe WarCampaign an apology. Also, Edwin Boyette owes them an apology as well, because they used the self-incriminatory testimony and evidence of Praetorian to try to destroy this entire group of innocent fans. Whether they meant to or not, they joined Edwin Boyette joined Mike S. Miller. And they intended to destroy, for petty vengeance, WarCampaign. And I love WarCampaign. And guys, I'm sorry about that. That was a big mistake. And I couldn't sleep for 3 days after I did it.
Well, WarCampaign are customers, and they're really good customers. Like, they're guys that'll back twice or back the high tiers like they want.
They're your super fans. Those are your super fans.
They're great. They're fun. They're fans.
They're not always right. Like I love the troll and I love that type of thing, but they fucked up too. But at the end of the day, they're always got your back. So how can you turn on someone who's always got your back no matter what the fuck you do? Never
again.
Well, only John Malin is always right. Some of us are wrong sometimes.
Right. So far, only John is always right.
Liam Gray, wow, thank you for $50 Australian. Says, Ethan, I know we're just internet friends, but I'm your mate. I hate seeing you hurt like this over and over. I'm sorry you're going through this. You do have loyal friends, mate. Stick in there. Well, thank you, pal. Appreciate that. And fuck Google too says, just clicked on the show.
And now people are calling me out.
Who are the big hair freaks?
People are like, hey, Cecil, when was WarCampaign wrong? I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me think of an example. I think there's a few times they've gone after people that weren't as big of an enemy as their response were. I think the
I can think of a few
I can think of a
situations
few.
where
I'm
that
not gonna
happened,
mention,
and
might trudge it up, but their response overshot the offense, and that's a few times. I'm like, that was a bit much. You know what I mean? But then they corrected after a short amount of time. But yeah, they're not fucking perfect either. But also, whatever. Who gives a shit? People are like, "Hey, Cecil, prove it." No, because if I prove it, I'm gonna fucking hurt the person, or people that they went overboard on.
Where's the transcript, Cecil? Do you have the
Overall,
transcript?
I have it all down here. I fucking collect everything. No, for the most part, I love those guys. I would never betray any of those guys.
Snarkticon DM says Malin is fair, Malin is right. People love Malin. I love him too. Zebulon Pike says War Campaign is always right. Hail, brothers. And David L says Mike lost my respect when he took money from Eden for Bitcoin. That's a little weird. Argentico 2003 says War Campaign has been right about everyone.
Let me see how many memes are up about me. There's got to be one with the dick in my mouth by now. What do you mean War Campaign isn't always right?
Bogus Fortune
here I am riding a giant rainbow dick with a flame. Okay, no, I'm just.
They did make some kind of jib jab thing of us all dancing together just now.
Bogus Fortune said EVS, remember one thing, Roe is an admitted liar. I think everyone's a little bit of a liar, and I'd rather have somebody admit it than never fess up to it.
He's doing gay ops right now.
We've all been wrong. What matters is when you're caught, what you do. Like, do you own up to it and apologize, or do you act like that it didn't happen?
Yeah. Queen B, thank you for $10. Says I will always be grateful to my friends who mowed our lawn and cooked for us when Megan was sick because they helped to live our burden. That's what you and your friends do. So sorry, EVS. Love to Andrea. Oh, thanks, Queen B. Queen B is like another super fan. She is fantastic.
Can I just say something? If you guys are doing memes about me right now for saying, Terry, stop it.
Stop.
Right now.
Terry is currently typing.
Stop.
Yeah, and especially Roe. I think Roe handled that very well. That was a stressful situation. Roe came in here like a man and dealt with it. It was great.
I love Roe, even when I was afraid he was going to kidnap and rape me.
There were a bunch of times where he's like, I'm going to be driving through Atlantic City. And I was like, oh, okay. I don't know. Now, yeah, he could come over. Absolutely.
No wonder you wanted a bomb shelter.
I will tell you one thing. I might not always be right. But Andrea is always right. And Andrea is my right hand. And she has my ear. And she tells me, she tells me what's up. And when that happened, like, first of all, when the War Campaign stuff came out about Nurkish, she was like, I can't believe I was wrong about them. I can't believe it doesn't make sense. I can't believe it. And I was like, yeah, it doesn't feel right. Everything feels weird right now. And then it turned out, yeah, that was Praetorian doing a gay op. He was the one who did that. Praetorian caused Nurkish and Cecil to break up.
This guy, Victor, hates me. Cecil is a hoe. You is a hoe, and EVS is your pimp.
Victor's interesting. Victor with capital letters. I can never tell where he stands. He goes back and forth,
Yeah,
but who knows?
Praetorian was running the schemes. He hasn't got to the scams yet, but I'm sure that's coming.
Praetorian, whatever. I mean, look. This is the reason. You want to know why Cash Grab isn't coming out? It's because of that guy. That's why. He didn't like it. He didn't like what Cecil was up, or what Nurkish was up to. And created a weird op made me think that Renfamous had Nurkish's docs, and I knew Nurkish. I knew that he was concerned about his privacy. Nurkish wasn't as like kind of out there and defiant in private as he was in in public, and I was worried for him. And they said they were going to dox him and everything, and I said, dude, you better clean up your your Discord and all the stuff that's on it. That's all or not.
I can say about Nurkish, if I have to say something positive.
Go ahead.
He could dox me, and that's thanks to you, by the way.
Sorry. Andrea yelled at me about that today. Andrea said that she goes, how did that feel when Cecil looked you right in the eye and said you gave Nurkish his photograph? She's like, how did you feel? Did you twinge in your eye a little bit? And I went, yup, you know me.
And he hasn't. So, not everybody is, that bad. So whatever. I mean, but what happened. So I'm working on it right now, and the book will come out, but it's going to be different because it was there. I wrote a lot of the first. I finished the first book, to be honest with you, but it got trashed because it was written. It was good. I Need a Straight Man, and Nurkish was in the book. So now it's me on my own. So it's a lot harder to do a solo book with no one to bounce off of. So it's got to be so. But the first one is done. The second one is going to have a lot more characters in it. It's a 3-parter.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I can't wait.
Backstab. It's legit funny, and it's going to be legit scandalous.
All right, let's finish this article. Let's